Hello everyone, you are all welcome to lecture number 661, and today's topic of the lecture is the isolation and purification of glycosides. When I say glycosides, it is having broad meaning, and there are different type of glycosides. They are classified on the basis of sugar and non-sugar portion. And this chapter of glycoside I have already discussed in the lectures starting from 477 to 504. If you go through all these lectures, 477, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, like that, you will get all the details about the glycosides, different type of glycosides, their structures. Like once we are talking of glycoside, first the basic concept I will just give you in brief, the concept of glycoside. Once I say glycoside, means glycosides are formed by the condensation of two components, two compounds or two substances. One is sugar and other one is non-sugar. And sugar may be glucose, ramenose, arabidinose, xylose, different type of sugars. And non-sugar portion may be flavone, may be terpene, may be anthocyanin, may be steroid, may be tannins, may be phenol. So the name of the glycosides are classified or given on the basis of the type of non-sugar is condensed with sugar. Let me show you in a very simple way. For example, if we have sugar and the other one, here I am taking the example of flavone glycoside. Means flavone is aglycone, means non-sugar, and the sugar is, we can say it can be glucose, it can be ramenose. So plus flavone, and we are getting this So we are getting this glycoside. This is actually glycoside, and the name of this glycoside is flavone glycoside. Why flavone glycoside? Because the non-sugar portion, this one, is flavone, and this is sugar. And then further classification goes like that. On hydrolysis, what type of sugar we are getting? So once it is subjected to hydrolysis in presence of acid or enzyme, hydrolysis, if we are getting glucose plus flavone, it means it is having sugar glucose and non-sugar is flavone. And this sugar is called glycone. And this flavone is called a glycone. A means no, glycone means sugar, glycone means sugar. So glycosides are made up of two components, two substances. One is sugar, other one is non-sugar. And both sugar and non-sugar, they are condensed with the help of oxygen, then it is called O-glycoside. If the linkage is with carbon-carbon, it is called C-glycosides. All classification I have given, so I am not going in detail. If you are interested more in glycosides, go to lecture, click on YouTube, download from lecture 477 to 504. You will get all details. So here to isolate and to purify the glycosides from plant sources, mainly three stages are there. One is extraction, second one is removal of impurities, and third one is crystallization, or we can say structure establishment purification. So the first step, when we are saying the extraction, here we have to be very selective. Selective in the sense that glycoside is having broad meaning. So you have to be very clear that in which type of glycoside you are interested to work. Because phytochemistry, medicinal chemistry, or we can say plant chemistry is very complex. Very, very complex. And here, lot of hit and trial method is there. It's not that pure lone nucleus is there. Just you add reaction condition. You are expecting this product and that product you check and it is done. If I say impurity, we don't know. Hundreds of impurities are there. They are associated with your glycoside. And those impurities, they are so homogeneous, very closely related to their boiling point, to their structures. They are so much associated, those impurities, that it is almost, I can't say impossible, but it is very difficult to purify the glycoside from impurities. So first step is, once you are aiming, for example, today I am taking, for example, I am interested to isolate and purify the flavone glycoside. I am interested in this glycoside. So once we are interested in flavone glycoside, you have to study in detail the physical and chemical properties of flavone glycosides. What are their type of reactions? How you will identify chemically whether flavone is present in that particular plant material or not. Plant material may be leaves, maybe flower, maybe root, maybe fruit, any part of the plant. So once first you collect it, the drug or plant material, and you have to dry it under shade. Don't dry the plant material under sunlight direct, because some of the your organic compounds will be decomposed. So once it is dried, and of course two methods are there. Either you dry in shade or directly fresh material you can use. So once you are interested in flavone glycoside, then you have to do first two tests. All the flavone molecules, once they are in glycosidic nature, they are phenolic. They will give positive test for phenol. So the phenolic test is, you take little leaf, flower, whatever portion, and just extract in alcohol, and then that alcoholic extract you divide into two portions. First portion you add into it 2 drops of ferric chloride solution, and it will turn dark blue in color. It means it has given the color reaction positive for presence of phenol. And phenol is that one where OH is attached anywhere. So once OH, hydroxy group, is attached to aromatic ring like this, this is called phenol. And this phenol, if you put to FeCl3 solution alcoholic, it will get dark, deep blue color. So it means your first stage for flavone glycoside is positive. Second is called magnesium hydrochloric acid test. Means you take alcoholic extract in test tube, put 2-3 chips of magnesium, and then side by test tube gently add few drops of hydrochloric acid, and immediately it will start reaction and some air bubbles will come, and in that reaction this pyrrole ring is ruptured in presence of that. Once this pyrrole ring is ruptured, it will become red color. So that in presence of hydrochloric acid and magnesium, hydrochloric acid should be concentrated. So in alcoholic extract plus magnesium chips plus concentrated hydrochloric acid side by test tube, you are adding just 2-3 drops and you shake it. Once slowly it will change into deep red color, and that deep red color or deep orange color, changing the color towards red or deep orange or deep red, 100% clear that it is rich in fluorohydral glycoside. So now in the lab, before starting your phytochemical extraction, it is confirmed to you that your drug or plant material substance which you are going to use for extraction is having phenolic and phenone positive test. Now, as we know that glycosides are polar. They are soluble in water as well as they are soluble in ethyl alcohol, methyl alcohol, ethyl acetate. Means they are all soluble in polar solvents. So two possibilities are there for the extraction of the glycosides, especially the fluorine glycosides. Either we should use water as a solvent because water is highly polar. Polar means where the bonding is between two most electronegative and two most electropositive atoms, and where dipole is developed. Means like H2O, for example, H, O and H, and the other one is with hydrogen bonding H, O and H. So here it is positive and negative. So it is, water is showing polarity of, because the most electronegative is oxygen and most electropositive is hydrogen. So bonding when is happening between these two most electronegative and most electropositive atom, that compound is polar. Alcohol is having hydrogen and oxygen, so it is polar. Methyl alcohol, ethyl alcohol, butyl alcohol and ethyl acetate, they are all polar because they are having dipole. And these polar like solvents are soluble in like solvent. For example, volume by volume, ethyl alcohol, methyl alcohol, they are soluble in water. And here I will not advise, because some people they go for water cold extraction. Cold and hot, both extractions are possible, but water extraction I will discourage. The reason is that lot of inorganic salts are there, lot of inorganic acid and base components are there, and they are very much disturbing once we are extracting with water. So better avoid water. Let us come to other possibility of solvents. The other possibility of solvents are the best solvent. I mean, out of my experience, what I have worked since last 40 years in the lab, the best solvent for fluorine glycosides are methanol or ethanol, methyl alcohol or ethyl alcohol. Since ethyl alcohol is easily available, and that's why what I did, I'm sharing my experience. In 90% cases, either I used ethyl alcohol or ethyl acetate. So they are the best solvents. So you can use these polar solvents for the hot extraction. And that extraction is the reflection on water bath. Your boiling water bath will be there. And with ethyl alcohol, it is that will give the temperature below 100 degree, and your boiling temperature of alcohol is in the range of 77-78 degrees centigrade. So it will be extracted with ethyl alcohol or ethyl acetate. And you have to do several times this extraction and then recover the alcohol by distillation. and after recovery, then again you follow until you see that from that plant material, no more, color material is coming with chlorophyll or with yellowish compounds. Then it shows that now the extraction with alcohol is complete. So once your extraction is complete, then you recover the alcohol from the round bottom flask, and that round bottom flask may be either 2 liter or 3 liter or 4 liter capacity. So from that you transfer into your big beaker or conical flask for other testing and removing the impurities. So now you got your crude extract by treating it with solvent, and that is your ethyl alcohol. Now once you got this, that is called concentrate and extract, alcoholic extract of plant material. Now in second step I am going to tell you how to follow the second step to towards purification or towards removing the different type of impurities like wax, like chlorophyll, like other organic, inorganic acids. So here with this I will stop and I will continue this chapter, and this chapter is very interesting for those students who are dealing with plant chemistry, especially the pharmacy and chemistry students. So with this I will stop. Thank you very much for watching the lecture. So once again, thank you very much, and in next lecture I will be discussing the how to remove the very complex impurities from the alcoholic extract.